Well, good morning. I woke up this morning with a huge urge to go and see my grandma. Now, she is in her 90s, so when you get the urge, you need to take it. So, because I'm going on a solo trip, I'm going to take the bus. I'm going to go and see what it's like to solo camp as a female on my own, possibly in the middle of the Ilkley Moor. Eddie's got his final 3 exams next week. Harry has finished his, so I feel like now is a good time. I can get out of the way, no one needs me. Harry's already announced that he would rather spend the night with his friends than with us, so I can't celebrate with him, so I might as well go. Well, I've hit traffic, but I thought I'd give you a little update, a little fact stat update. I'll figure out how to make that a proper little label for a section of this video. I left with 77%. I didn't plan to come away today at all, so I didn't put the bus on charge last night. So I left with 77%, and that means it was a projected mileage of about 166 miles. It's 169 miles from our door to my grandma's door, so I definitely need to stop. I've spoken to Steve and he's consulted the spreadsheet. Yes, he did make a spreadsheet of this. And Woolly Edge is probably going to be the best place to stop and charge. Now, the interesting thing about Woolly Edge is there are no Tesla chargers, so I've hardly stopped there to charge in the past at all. Interesting thing. Who do I think I am? I've turned into some sort of service station nerd. I'll update you when I stop next. I've just come through a hailstorm and heavy rain and 50 mile an hour. I've had 3 50 mile an hour zones so far, and I keep coming out of them and then straight back into another one. It's just unfair that they keep putting the national speed limit signs up, and then another, like 50 yards on, another 50 mile an hour zone. So I left Milton Keynes about 2.5 hours ago. I've arrived with 22% of my battery available. So I left with about... So I've used about 55% of my battery. And I've been on the road for 2.5 hours. I do need to charge though, because that wasn't enough to get to Ilkley, unfortunately. There we go. Awesome. The reversing camera we fitted is really helpful. It's panicking though. Okay, let's get some charge and some food because it is 1:20 and I haven't even had breakfast yet. I left in such a rush. Oh my God, I'm such a div. I couldn't find the key. I had a right panic. In my car, my phone's the key. Yeah, it was in my coat pocket the whole time. Charger authorization successful. Preparing to charge. We're connecting to your vehicle now. So that was nice and easy. I pulled up. I have connected the charger, the CCS charger, to my vehicle, tapped my phone on the Wi-Fi payment, and now I'm going to go and get that lunch that I've been dreaming of. It's good to see the infrastructure is being improved. Every time I come up here it gets better. When I'm in my car I tend to stick inside the service station and I have whatever refreshments I'm having in there, but I've got my own little living room and dining room. So I've got a Costa, what did I get? Oh, it's the egg and mushroom sandwich and a big coffee. So this will keep me going. According to my screen, I've got about 20 minutes until I am charged to 90%. So I've got some time to kick back and relax a little bit. While I was in the service station, I decided that I should try and get some milk, and they only had massive bottles. So instead of doing that, I bought myself some chocolate. Oops. Look at that for a well-stocked fridge. But I have made really good use of my time while I've been here parked up. I have rung both my aunt and my sister I'm going to see my sister on the way home tomorrow. I'm going to go and have some time with my nieces for lunch probably, and I'm going to go and see my aunt this evening. Neither of them knew I was coming up. Well, to be honest, at 9 o'clock this morning I didn't know I was coming up this morning, so everything's been kind of, the plans have been made on the hoof, and that is what is amazing about having this little van. We can make plans and get where we need to be if we need to. Well, that's it, 90%, and it was 79p per kilowatt hour. I will let you know how much that is at some point. I think I have to figure it out from the app or something. Well, I didn't even have time to finish my coffee. So if you're worried about how much time I'm spending charging, the answer's not enough. I'll probably need a wee sooner than I need to charge the car again. Blimey. I've just looked at my map and it's 34 miles to my grandma's retirement home, but it's going to take an hour and 17 minutes. God, that was a long journey. So many roadworks and issues on the M1. It's taken me over an hour to get from Woolly Edge, which is the top of the M1, into Ilkley. But I'm here now and I'm going to go see my grandma. Oh, and I've used 13% of the newly charged battery.
This is new. They've put a putting green out on the lawn.
I had a really lovely visit with Grandma. She is in her 90s now, so is less and less mobile every time I see her, but it was really nice to see her. And a residential home actually had some special visitors while I was there. They had the alpacas visiting. Their names were Luke, the blonde one, and the black one was King Kong. She didn't name them, the woman who looks after them. She didn't name them. They came to her with those names, and they were just gorgeous. They were absolutely adorable. And it was really lovely to see the residents interacting with them. Really nice. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
I've taken a little drive across Ilkley. It doesn't take long. Well, it does take long. It's not far. It's taking me about 15 minutes to go 5 miles. My goodness, the road's up here. But I've taken a trip across Ilkley and have arrived at my aunt's, and I will be going up and hopefully having a cup of tea before we go out for our dinner together. But first of all, I do need to set up in the back of the van because I threw a bag of stuff that I scrambled. I don't even know if I've got everything I need, but I scrambled it all together just before we came. So I need to go and check and make sure the kettle and the induction cooker are somewhere I can access. That's not a bad view from my park up, is it? I have had the nicest evening. It has been so wonderful to catch up with my Auntie Chris. We went out to dinner together at the restaurant that's on site where she lives, and it was Fish Friday. Absolutely delicious. We both chose the sea bass, pan-fried sea bass with coconut rice. Yummy. And then for dessert we had a goat's yogurt panna cotta. I couldn't tell it was goat's yogurt, goat's milk. I don't know. It was gorgeous, really tasty, very nice, and we both enjoyed that. And then we've had a little walk around the premises here. They've got some beautiful gardens, and then we went up to the flat and just had a chat, a catch up, and a chinwag. And she said I could stay with her, but you know, I've got my own bedroom. I'm okay. And as I've come down, it's probably about, it's nearly 10 o'clock, but as I've come down, there is the most beautiful sunset. I've got some pictures to share. They're gorgeous, absolutely stunning. And there was even, at one point, a vertical straight line rainbow. I don't know if the pictures show you that well enough, but gorgeous. Right, I am ready for bed. All I'm going to do next is maybe watch a little bit of Bridgerton before I go to sleep, because the second half of the latest series has just dropped and it's amazing. If you've not watched it and you're a lady, you definitely need to. But before I do that, I thought I'd give you a quick tour of my nighttime setup. We have my makeup bag, some fluffy socks in case I get cold, and my facial wipes. The kettle is ready for the morning, although I've realised that the tea bags are underneath me here and I can only get to that from outside, and I'm trying to be a bit stealthy here. As you can see here, I have my laptop ready to go for Bridgerton and some Maltesers, because Bridgerton and Maltesers, hello. Down here is my Wolf compact portaloo. You may remember at the NEC that we stopped by the Wolf stand and got very excited about all the different things there. Well, I brought the compact Portaloo with me and it's all set up and ready to go. I've never set it up before, not properly. So if I need that, that's ready for in the night. I've used my back cushions to create an extra screen here just to improve the darkness. We have our cushions here, and in this cabinet here is masses of room. I've got all my clothing in there. These are my rechargeable straighteners that I bought recently. I've got a towel, I've got my packer Mac, and actually that's where I'll put my makeup bag in a minute when I'm done. Finally, this is my cushion, which will unzip. It's brand new. It's a grey one. We've had cream ones before. This will unzip into my blanket. And that's what I'm going to sleep under tonight. Right, if you don't mind, dearest gentle viewers, I'm going to watch a little bit of Bridgerton before I go to bed. Oh, amazing. It was so good. Wow. Night night. See you tomorrow.
Good morning. Oh, I think I slept okay. Oh, excuse me. What time is it now? 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. So I don't really need to do anything for another hour, so I might squeeze another episode of Bridgerton in. Oh, and do my teeth. Ready for my teeth again.
I've put the kettle on to make some tea. And I'm going to use my phone as my mirror while I do my skin and makeup. Obviously, Bridgerton's back on as well. But it's music.
Perfume. Mascara. I need a bigger mirror.
Mate, we will make you the most beautiful dress.
I'm just packing up, and one of the things I didn't use last night, but I don't know if I told you about or not, I can't remember, is the Wolf compact Portaloo that I set up. It's dead easy to use, and it all folds into itself. It comes with bags and also these little sachets. Now these are eco-absorbent, urine gelling and poo deodorising powder. That's not easy to say. And I guess what you do is you just chuck them in once you've used the loo into the bags, and it can all be thrown away easily. I don't know, didn't need to use it, so we're all good. And the toilet, let me show you how small it packs down. It's just like a little small crate there, and it just packs down very easily. It's got these little clips on the inside, and then the lid fits on top. So it's tiny. It actually fits in the gap between the driver's seat and the bed. Very, very good piece of equipment. I'm happy with that. Now, obviously, I would take you on a tour of the facilities if there were any, but there's not. I am literally in the car park at my aunt's retirement village, and it's really nice and peaceful here. You see behind me my view. There were cows as my neighbours last night, and there are some hawks, I believe, in the area as well, and definitely a barn owl. I could hear him last night. Oh, I had a good night's sleep last night. I feel really good today, nice and stretchy. I've been up to see my Auntie Chris. We had a nice cup of tea together and a last catch up. Now I am heading in to see Grandma again, and then I'm heading over to Leeds to meet my nieces in the shopping centre. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's so nice driving this car. I've just seen a sign for a duck race, like a rubber duck race. That sounds like a lot of fun. I think it's next weekend. Do it! Take your mama out all night. It's a message to my own sons not to forget me. I'm good on a night out. Do it! Take your mama out all night. Right, I have arrived at the White Rose Centre, and I absolutely adore the fact that this car fits in a regular
parking space. As Steve would say, how cool is that? You tell I'm missing him. You'll be grateful I didn't take you shopping. Shopping with two young girls is hard work. But we had a lovely time shopping. Hard work though. And then we went to Wagamama's for lunch. I have now got a 2 hours and 35 minute drive home. It's 147 miles away. Now, when I look at the car, I have 65% left on the charge, which is equal to 152 miles. So in theory, I might get home. But I will decide. I couldn't find the chargers at the White Rose Centre. I circled it twice, couldn't find it. Couldn't find any signs to them either. So I am going to set off, and I'll either get home or I'll have to stop and charge somewhere, probably Watford Gap. I'll assess it as I get towards Watford Gap. That's what I'll do. Woo! Right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. Well, that went a bit wrong. I was heading for Watford Gap, and because of I think it's the differences in speeds, so many 50 mile an hour zones on the way down today. So I was heading for Watford Gap, which was where I probably could have charged. I probably could have got there, but I was worried that I wasn't going to get there. So instead of stopping there, I thought I'd stop at Leicester Forest. But the two non-Tesla chargers that they've got there are out of action. So I've just come off the M1, maybe 2-3 minutes away from the M1 to Rugby Services, and there is this massive charging centre here, so I'm going to charge here. Can't see it on the screen, but this is the fastest I've ever seen anywhere charge, so it's definitely worth coming off the M1 and coming to this service station. It's going in at 500 miles an hour. I was only going to stop 20 minutes. I've got 20 minutes of Bridgerton left. So I was going to sit here and enjoy that for 20 minutes. I might not have time to finish it. Right, I've been plugged in for exactly 10 minutes and I've managed to put in 91 extra miles. Now that is enough to get me home, but as this is such a super fast charger, I thought I'd do a full 20 minutes, exactly 20 minutes, I did set a timer, and see how many miles I can put into the vehicle in 20 minutes. Right, that is exactly 20 minutes and I have 141 miles in the tank, so that's pretty good, isn't it, really? I've had an absolutely brilliant time visiting my family up north. I've left the boys to do their revision and to work on the kitchen and to do all the things that boys need to do when their mum's not around. This is exactly the kind of trip that we created this vehicle for. We still love electric. I still think it's probably the nicest way to travel. If you had a little electric camper, where would you go? What kind of trip would you do? Would you want to do it on your own? If you've enjoyed this video, and I know it's really strange without Steve, but if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let's see if I can get a few more thumbs up than he does. And if you're not subscribed already and enjoy this kind of content, please do consider subscribing. We'll both see you on the next one.